What if I told you that your spending habits aren't just driven by desire, but by deep-rooted psychological triggers that affect your brain's decision-making? In 2026, spending behavior is influenced by sophisticated algorithms that tap into your ancient biological instincts, causing you to make purchases before you even realize it. The truth is, modern retailers have learned to use high-frequency data and AI to trigger your buy button, bypassing your logical mind and affecting your decisions. In this video, I'm going to break down the top 5 psychological triggers that affect your spending behavior in 2026. Stay tuned until the end, where I'll show you how to recognize and take control of these triggers to regain control over your spending. 1. The zero friction disconnect. In the past, paying for a product required physical action, pulling out your wallet, swiping a card, or handing over cash. These physical actions created a tangible moment of resistance, which helped us process the financial exchange and feel the loss of money. However, in 2026, this friction is virtually non-existent. With biometric technology like Face ID, palm scanning, and just walkout tech, your payment is as effortless as a simple glance or touch. This removal of friction bypasses the pain of paying, which is a key psychological barrier that once helped us control spending. The result is what I call ghost spending, where money leaves your account without you even noticing. Your brain doesn't register financial loss because it doesn't have the time or opportunity to intervene. This creates a subconscious habit where thousands of dollars can evaporate without a single moment of conscious choice. The smoother the transaction, the easier it becomes to make decisions based on impulse rather than logic. Moreover, this seamless payment experience is designed to trigger a kind of automation in your buying habits. Retailers and service providers have designed these frictionless payment systems to operate in a way that aligns with your automatic decision-making processes. Our brains are wired to avoid effort, and when paying for something requires minimal effort, we are more likely to make purchases impulsively. Think about how you may click buy now without much thought when using a platform like Amazon, where payment is just a fingerprint away. Without friction, the question of whether the item is needed or whether it's worth the money gets lost in the process. This is where the concept of ghost spending comes into play. It's not that you've actively decided to waste money. It's that you've been nudged into spending by a system that removed the physical and mental resistance. To counteract this, we need to consciously introduce friction back into the payment process, creating deliberate pauses that allow our logical mind to catch up and reconsider the purchase. For instance, disabling one-click payment options or forcing yourself to manually enter payment details can reintroduce a moment of deliberation before confirming a transaction. These small, intentional delays can help reset your spending habits, giving you the space to make more intentional, conscious decisions. 2. The predictive scarcity loop. Ever notice how online ads always seem to come with a sense of urgency? Whether it's a limited time offer or a low stock alert, these notifications trigger a powerful psychological response known as loss aversion. In 2026, AI has taken this to a whole new level by showing you personalized countdowns for items based on your browsing behavior. These countdowns create an artificial sense of scarcity, which sends your brain into a state of urgency. This psychological trigger forces your brain to skip the usual evaluation of whether you truly need the item and instead jump straight to the thought, I must secure this before it's gone. This is a classic manifestation of the fear of missing out, FOMO, a deep-rooted emotional response that urges us to act quickly in order to avoid potential loss. The problem is that this urgency is manufactured by algorithms designed to exploit your fear of missing out. Retailers use these tactics to make you feel like you're making a rational decision, but in reality, you're simply reacting to engineered pressure and emotional manipulation. The result? You find yourself making purchases you hadn't planned for, and often they're items you don't even need. In the fast-paced digital economy of 2026, algorithms are increasingly sophisticated, studying your behavior, past purchases, and preferences to push the right buttons at exactly the right moment. The countdown timer is often so persuasive that it overrides any logical reasoning. You're not just buying a product, you're buying a feeling of security, as if getting that item now will somehow fulfill a need or desire you know you had. To combat this, we need to practice mindfulness when shopping. Being aware of the tactics at play is the first step in resisting them. Whenever you encounter a limited time offer, Take a moment to breathe and assess the actual value of the item. Ask yourself, do I really need this? Is this urgency legitimate, or is it just a psychological ploy? By incorporating this pause into your shopping habits, you can resist the impulse to act on immediate triggers and avoid falling into the trap of panic buying mode. 3. Aspirational identity, micro-anchoring. We've all seen the ads that show us the perfect, productive, and elite version of ourselves. Modern marketing has evolved to target not just our desires, but our self-perceptions. In 2026, you aren't just buying a product. You're buying a version of yourself, hydrated, efficient, and successful. This is what I call aspirational identity micro-anchoring. For example, a $100 Smart Water bottle isn't just a hydration tool. It's a symbol of a person who takes their health seriously. Similarly, spending $500 on an AI tutor subscription feels like an investment in your future self. This form of micro-anchoring tricks you into thinking that buying the product is just as valuable as doing the work or making real changes. It's a mental shortcut that allows you to feel good about a purchase, even if the product doesn't deliver the transformational results it promises. The key to resisting this trigger is to focus on the actions that lead to change, rather than relying on products as substitutes for actual effort. For the dopamine delivery anticipation. In 2026, the real reward isn't the item itself. It's the anticipation of the item. Thanks to AI and the order wait receive cycle, many people have become addicted to the dopamine rush of receiving package delivery notifications. The moment you get an alert that your order is out for delivery, your brain releases a burst of dopamine, which is the same chemical associated with pleasure and reward. This anticipation loop can create a cycle of compulsive buying. People often fall into the habit of ordering items not because they need them, but because they crave the dopamine hit that comes with the tracking notification. Unfortunately, the excitement quickly fades once the product actually arrives, and many times, the product is discarded or forgotten within a few days. The real trick to breaking this cycle is to recognize that the true reward isn't in the product, but in the anticipation of it. By shifting your focus away from the delivery itself, you can begin to break free from this dopamine-driven loop and curb unnecessary spending. 5. The relative deprivation algorithm. Social media platforms in 2026 are designed to show you images of people who are living just a bit better than you. Whether it's their latest luxury vacation, their upgraded home, or their expensive gadgets. This phenomenon is called relative deprivation, and it plays a massive role in your spending behavior. The For You pages on platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook are optimized to show you content that makes you feel like you're missing out. The more you scroll, the more you're exposed to others who appear to be living a life just one step ahead of yours. This creates a sense of inadequacy and drives what I call catch-up spending. You feel the need to match their lifestyle, even if it means going into debt or stretching your budget to its limits. The trick here is to focus on your own goals and values, rather than constantly comparing yourself to others online. Recognizing that what you see on social media isn't always a reflection of reality can help you avoid the trap of relative deprivation and keep your spending aligned with your own priorities. There you have it. The top 5 psychological triggers that affect your spending behavior in 2026. From the zero friction disconnect to the relative deprivation algorithm, these triggers are designed to bypass your logical mind and push you toward impulsive decisions. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tips on how to take control of your spending in today's digital age. Let me know in the comments which psychological trigger you think affects you the most, and I'll see you in the next video.